Hey there. Cool. We still have 6 minutes, so we're just gonna hang. If you need any water or if you wanna grab any pillows or books to use as blocks, you're more than welcome to do so now. Otherwise, we'll just chill. Hi, Donna. Welcome.
Hi, Greta, it's me. It's Jamie.
Oh, it's Jamie. Hey.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure this shit out. I guess it worked. Okay.
Huh?
I said I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but we're good.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to turn this video off, though, so no one's watching me do yoga.
Okay, I respect that choice. Jamie, hi. Have a good practice.
I wish this would work.
Sugar's here.
Hello, hi.
Hey.
Julie's here too. She's not going to be joining, but she is here.
Hi. Bye. Hello. Here, wait, I'm trying to find your video. Where is it? I can hear your voice. There you are. Hey. How are you doing?
Who are we talking to?
You,
Everyone?
Sugar.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
I'm still going to work. Turns out I get a special permit that says I'm allowed to go to work. This is Magnus, by the way. He'll be joining.
Magnus, you're so cute.
Yeah, so that's weird that I have to have a special thing that says I'm allowed to drive to work.
Yeah.
I slept until 10 this morning. This is nice.
Yeah. There are perks. There are perks.
Yeah, dude, I can get from my house on Hilltop to my work on Capitol Hill in 40 minutes.
That is wildly fast.
It's like, what?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Normally that would take me, if it's a Thursday, probably just over an hour and a half.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I
was supposed to take a sewing workshop this morning, but she couldn't get her live feed working. So there has been disappointment. Although, you know what? I am like so into this video conferencing, Zoom chat, taking classes online, watching concerts from my living room, taking yoga class. Like, I haven't been this social in like 3 years.
Yeah, no, that's so real. I saw Patti Smith the other day and I was like, this is so cool.
Hi, Muffin.
Chelsea's here. Elise is here.
So many people are here.
Jillian, I believe. It's funny, people's names, you have to kind of figure out who they are. I think that's Jillian. Hi, Jillian. Hi. Oh my gosh, there you are. So cool. I want to go to a gallery view. I want to see everyone at the same time. There we go. Cool.
Muffin.
Everybody's in their homes. Yeah.
Oh, kitten.
Oh, who is that handsome? Who is that? More black cats.
I'm gonna go. My mat is somewhere.
Do I have a chat? That's Happy. Oh, we've got a cat named Happy. I love that. Oh, Marina's here. Hi, Marina.
Huh? Marina's here? Oh, different Marina.
Different Marina.
But I mean, you're still welcome, and I'm very excited that you have shown up today.
Yeah, so good. Okay.
All right.
So
Hair tie, yoga mat, BRB.
yeah. Cool. I'm gonna give us like another minute just in case. It does seem like I have it on like an auto setting where everyone's auto admitted. So that's good if anybody joins kind of like a little bit late in the class. We can just jump right in. There's a Claude. Hello, Claude.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey,
Cool.
Talbot, you should swing in and say hi to Greta. Just like swing over, say hi to Greta.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, hi.
A little puppy, so sweet.
Yeah, it's because we're talking and he suddenly determines that we're always talking to him.
Yep. Any voice that comes out of my mouth, it is meant for and exclusively for him.
I mean, the world revolves around.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Hold on, let me get in the screen.
Oh yeah, everybody get in the screen.
Magnus, come here, friend. No, he's not having it.
Yeah, dogs have a mind of their own. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, everybody's getting in. Yay. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Yay. I hope that worked. I probably did. I heard it. I heard snap. All right, you can all resume your respective places. And it's 12:02, so I am gonna go ahead and get started.
All right.
I have a Bluetooth microphone that I forgot to charge, so I'm using the same one that I did earlier. And once I plug that in, I actually can't hear you. And then I am gonna mute you all during the class so you don't hear like the double feedback through everyone else's screens. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. We're gonna get started, and I will see you at the end. And I'm gonna try and do a virtual Om with all of us together. Cool. All right. Okay. Oop. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the point where. Here we are. Okay. Cool. All right. All right, if everybody wants to, can everybody hear me? Give me like a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah? Thumbs up? Okay, awesome, awesome. If everybody wants to start in a comfortable seat, and just noticing the points of contact between you and the floor, anchoring the tailbone down might help spring the spine up. You can relax the shoulders down. And I'm gonna save the Om for the end so we can all Om together and I can hear you because right now I can't hear you. But I do have a theme for class today, and it's a Tuesday. It's also a new moon, and it's a new moon in Aries, and Mars is associated with Aries, and it's also March, and it's also Tuesday. So that's a lot of like Mars energy, and Mars can sometimes be associated with strength or power. But another interpretation that I found was growth and also life force. And so life force reminded me a lot of prana. And in yoga, I think the first initial glimpse we get into prana is just breath. And then we realize it's vital life force energy. And then my perspective developed into it is vital life force energy. It's kind of the buoyancy of vigor, vitality, and we also control our breath with our diaphragm and our lungs. So we have this power to control our life force. And some of you are familiar with Alexis. She taught a class on prana. I went to like a month back, and she read from Swami Vivekananda's The Complete Works, and there's a lot of volumes you can find. And I think she actually had like the third volume, or she's had a different volume. This is the 6th, and he riffs on prana in all of them. So this is a little different interpretation. But I wanted to start class reading about prana. Prana, the theory of creation is that matter is subject to 5 conditions: ether, luminous ether, gaseous, liquid, and solid. They are all evoked out of one primal element, which is very finest ether. The name of the energy in the universe is prana. And I really feel like we can feel this collective energy right now. And I think there's a lot of uncertainty there. And I also think we can lean in a little bit more into maybe trusting and also the collective, knowing that we're all here together. So the name of the energy in the universe is prana, which is the force residing in these elements. Mind is the great instrument for using prana. Mind is material. Behind the mind is Atman, or the true self, which takes hold of the prana. Prana is the driving power of the world and can be seen in every manifestation of life. And so calling upon the prana today, this vital life force energy and this collective energy, and knowing that it has a connection to all life forces, it has a connection to the trees and the atmosphere and the grass outside, all plant life. And it's this relationship that we are always in correspondence with. So inviting that into your practice today. And the last thing that I'll mention is the last and highest manifestation of prana is love. The moment you have succeeded in manufacturing love out of prana, you are free. It is the hardest and greatest thing to gain. You must not criticize others, and you must not criticize yourself. And I want to liberate everyone from feeling like they have to be anything during this time. There's a lot of, I feel like, pressure to resume some level of normalcy or to still have an output. And I want to liberate you from those identities and those expectations, especially during this hour, letting all of that go and just being with yourself for this practice. And we'll go ahead and start class today in sleeping infant or napping baby. And this posture kind of looks like Spider-Man or spider person crawling up a wall. So bend the right knee and bring the left cheek to the mat. And cactus the arms. And taking a moment to ground, feeling the earth below you, your mat, the floor. You can shut down the eyes, or maybe you can keep them open, just taking in your environment here. The external, maybe this is a new space that you're getting acquainted with for practicing yoga. Noticing the weight of your body on the mat, the temperature of the room. Additional sounds might come into play. There might be a clock ticking or traffic going by. An animal might be breathing kind of loud next to you. And acknowledging all the physical in the room. And then threading your awareness to prana, to the breath. The intake of oxygen and the expelling of CO2 into the room. Noticing that you can control the length of your inhales and exhales. You can even pause in between. And I'm going to acknowledge this as the halfway mark. So bringing the right knee back towards center. And bend the left knee. Switch cheeks, bringing the right cheek to the mat. Keeping the arms cactus. And then arriving at the mind. And the mind can be a really loud place. It thinks and it helps us get stuff done. It's a super helpful resource. But trying today during this hour to take a step back from the mind and just noticing what's going on and remembering to not judge or analyze the practice, to not criticize, and just be here with yourself, noticing with present tense, non-judgmental awareness. And at this point in class, I usually ask for consent. And of course, I can't offer any assist during this class. But always knowing that you have the option of using your own hands to get yourself into a deepening assist, or liberating yourself to run and grab a prop if you need it during class, being your own assistant in this time. And we'll now engage the Ujjayi breath, the upward victorious breath. It's a gentle constriction in the back of the throat. And we'll start by inhaling in through the nose. And exhale, HA out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA. This time, seal your lips. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through your nose. And this is an audible breath. You should be able to hear it. And if there's any point in class where you want to come back to this pose or child's pose, you're more than welcome to do so at any time to rekindle with your breath and connect back to the prana. And over the next few breaths, bringing the left leg back into center, and we'll meet in a Sphinx pose, bringing the forearms under the shoulders. And if this feels like a lot of intensity in the lower back, you can always walk the forearms forward, or you can also create more distance in between the forearms, which is just finding a level that is interesting for you. You can even experiment with bending one knee, the other knee. Sometimes that adds to the sensation, makes things more curious. And then from here, keeping the forearms as they are and lifting the hips up, coming into melting heart or Anahata Asana or puppy dog. Hips are stacked over the knees, walking the forearms forward. You can bring the forehead to the mat. You can bring the chin to the mat. Letting the heart melt down. And Anahata Asana. Anahata is associated with the heart chakra. So if you want to tap into that feeling of self-love or abundance, just considering it. And then walking the hands into a tabletop, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Finding a sense of neutrality in the spine, crown of the head forward, tailbone back. And if there's any little fidgets you want to get out, maybe you want to rock the shoulders up and down, hips sway them left to right. And we'll flow through a few rounds of cat and cow, undulating the spine. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, cat pose, press the arms into the mat, round, tuck the chin, tuck the navel, the belly. Inhale, cow pose, chest up, tail up, gaze up. Exhale, cat, rounding, doming, tucking. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cats. Go ahead and flow your own breath to movements, adding any additional movement here that you'd like. It never has to be a yoga posture. Maybe you just need to bang out your feet. You have some excess energy to get out. Maybe you want to take a wrist variation. Whatever it is for you, just asking the body what it's craving, and then listening, satiating that craving, acknowledging it, knowing that that's okay. And since I have a mic that is on a cord and it's not going to pick up the audio, it's not a wireless mic, I'm actually going to go ahead and start some music. If you're in your own apartment and want to play your own music, you're more than welcome to, but I think this might pick up and it's going to sound okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start the music. But going and flowing your breath to movement here through cat and cow, adding any additional. And then we'll meet back in a neutral tabletop. Inhale, tuck under your toes. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog, sending the hips high and the heels low. It's the first down dog of class. So you can take the dog for a walk, paddle through the feet, bending one knee, the other knee. And then sending some awareness into the palms of your hands, pressing down through each knuckle mound, especially the index finger and the thumb, trying to distribute the weight evenly into the hands. Inhale, come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. So you're sending the tailbone high and you're pressing your chest towards your thighs, pressing the palms into the mat. Then you can slowly let the heels drift down, but knowing that it's okay to have a bend in the knees and the heels never have to touch the mat. It's more about the intention of lengthening the spine and sending the tailbone high. And coming back to our breath, Ujjayi, inhale in, and exhale out. And then walk your feet forward to a ragdoll, Uttanasana. Feet are hips width distance. You can bend one knee, the other knee, and grasp for opposite elbow. You can interweave the fingers at the nape of the neck. You can interweave the fingers behind you near your spine, sending the fist you've created with your hands up towards the ceiling. Maybe rewinding, coming back to nape of the neck, whatever's feeling intuitive or interesting in your body. Noticing the weight of your torso and also the force of gravity pulling you down. You can have a bend in the knees here, a generous bend. And if you've chosen a grip, you can release it. And toe heel the feet to touch or thereabouts. Really, we want you to feel grounded and rooted in your posture. So having a little distance in between the feet, if that creates more structure and stability for you, I invite you to do that for your practice. Vertebrae by vertebrae, unfurl the spine. Moving deliberately, moving with intention, paying attention to how you're rising up. It might feel good to roll the shoulders back a few times, roll them forward a few times, and finding a sense of neutrality, samastiti, same or equal on all sides, standing posture. And if it feels safe to you, you can shut down the eyes and take a moment to find your plumb line, your central point of access. And you can imagine your central access like a golden thread or a golden rope coming in through the crown. And then coming all the way down the spine, coming out the perineum, going all the way down to the floor. And there's always this ever so slight sway of the body, and you're always finding equilibrium. So just noticing that in the body. And at this point in class, I do like to leave space to set intention. And your intention today can be to be at attention this whole class. What are you going to send your awareness to? It can also be to really tap into this prana, this vital life force energy. And I took a yoga nidra class with Poseurs virtually on Sunday, and I set my sankalpa for I am at ease with this new reality. So if you want to invite that into your practice right now, there's been a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, and kind of committing to the unknown, trying to be at peace with it. Whatever it is for you, choosing that, inviting it into your practice. Inhale, breathe that in. And exhale, release it out. And if you brought the hands to touch the heart center, you can release them at your sides. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, circle sweep the arms up overhead. And pause here, pressing the feet into the mat so the legs are really active and engaged. You can engage the bandhas here, Uddiyana and Mula Bandha. There are these seals or locks that we create with our body. And we're playing with the atmospheric pressure in the room and also the air passageways in our body, the lungs, the diaphragm. And relaxing the shoulders here. Inhale, find length. And exhale, crouch and curl. Fold forward. Sink the hips down low. Round in. Can elevate the heels, pressing the feet into the mat, rounding the spine in. And if that doesn't feel like a very stable place to be, you can sink the heels back down. Maybe even wrap your arms around your knees, your shins, curling inward. Noticing what it's like to be in a ball, an inward rounded shape. And then release the arms. Sink the heels back down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Always option to come down to the knees for more structure. Really pressing the palms into the mat actively, creating one line of energy coming in through the head, going down the spine, coming out the heels. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Flatten the tops of the feet to the mat. Zip the legs together like you've got one long cobra tail. And the arms are raising your ribs. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Super active and engaged. Exhale, release, back down. Last time, inhale, cobra pose. And exhale the air out of your lungs, stay up here. And I thought we would add a little element of play here. This is cobra pose. And if you really want to tap into the energy of having one long cobra tail, maybe even like swaying your spine right to left to right, like you are slithering through the grass or the floor, or whatever it is. Tap into that kundalini energy. And then release back down. Come back into a tabletop. Inhale, tuck under your toes. And exhale, press back downward, facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, Ujjayi. And exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, walk, jump, skip, stumble, float. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, ride your breath. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, send your sternum up. Maybe even tilt your head back. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, crouching curls, sink the hips low, bring the chest towards the thighs. Maybe lift up the heels so you're pressing on your toes, rounding in, tucking. Release the heels back down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Pause here. I'm gonna go ahead and cue us through a traditional chaturanga vinyasa flow. Afterwards, you can go ahead and switch it up and do how it's gonna work for you in your practice today. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Legs are lifted, sternum is shining up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And there are a lot of really good ways to flow through chaturanga vinyasa. To save my breath, I'm going to probably skip all of them throughout class. That's an option for you too, if you're conserving energy, or if you want to practice with your breath. You can also always hang out in forearm plank. You can practice chaturanga dandasana from your knees. Going to up dog and then down dog. You can also practice that version of cobra that's very active. It's a super strengthening posture, especially for the lower back. But whatever it is, just listen to your body and it can change and evolve as the class unfolds. And let's connect back to our breath. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise. Lift the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And coming back to the breath and knowing that everyone in their own apartment is still breathing together. We are still connected. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Inhale, look to the front of the room. Exhale, walk, jump, float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, fold, dive down. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Awkward chair, sink the weight into your hips, sink the weight into your heels. The tail can absolutely flare here. This is a gentle back bend. You can kind of even feel the lordotic curve, that curve in your spine. Sternum is shining up. And if this feels like a lot in the shoulders, especially early on in class, you can always bring the palms to touch at heart center. Into the Anjali Mudra gesture, the representation of non-dualism. Shining the sternum up. Inhale here. And exhale, release, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra, whatever it is for you today. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Coming back to your intention. You said at the beginning of class, remembering why you practice yoga. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, chest to chin. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend the right leg behind. Exhale, knee to nose, hinge forward. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. And taking a moment to feel grounded. It's always okay to pick up the foot and move it up there. And setting up the foundation, feeling grounded here. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, chest lifts, arms come up, biceps frame the ears. And taking a moment to set up this posture. It's the first time we've been here. So pressing the ball mound of your back foot into the mat. Right thigh bone is pressing back into the right hip socket. This might bump the left hip forward. It also might invite you to create a little bit more distance in between the feet to find that sense of structure and stability. Biceps frame the face. Inhale, look up if the gaze allows. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Spin the back heel down 40, 60 degrees. Deep bend in the right knee. And the right knee is tracking towards the outside edge of your pinky toe. Stacking the shoulders over the hips. And flip the palms up. And flip the palms back down. Setting some awareness into the arms. They're really active and engaged here too. Broadening through the collarbones, the clavicle. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Left arm down, right arm up, stretching through the side body, the obliques, keeping a deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, find length. Exhale, side angle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. And legs have pretty much stayed the same here, but tapping into the twisting and turning sensation of the torso. So left ribs over and right ribs under. And that's a cue I've been using a lot because I can really feel that in my body. But I realized recently that it's more than just the ribs, left ribs over, right ribs under. It's the entire torso. It's the soft part of the belly too. We're engaging that in the twist, not just the shoulders, the neck, or the head. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift your chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, hinge at the hips, dive down. And taking a moment to arrive in this moment. Finding your breath. Where's your attention going? And is that where you want to send your attention? And then bring the hands on the hips. Lift the chest, unfurl the spine. And I'm going to go ahead and turn around so I'm facing you, but everyone else stay where you are. And we're going to practice a flow between star and goddess. So inhale, arms up, extending through the limbs, taking up space. And exhale, goddess, cactus the arms, bend the knees, and make sure that the knees can glide over your ankles here. And you can take a moment to kind of just sway side to side. Inhale, star, arms up. Exhale, goddess, cactus the arms, bend the knees. Inhale, star, arms up. Exhale, goddess, bend the knees, cactus the arms. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Pause here. I'm going to take a moment to kind of play with speed. So first I'm going to go really slow. Inhale, goddess. Moving with deliberation, with intention. Exhale, goddess. Bend your knees, cactus the arms. Now I'm going to speed it up. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. You can kind of choose where you want your speed to be. Maybe you're going to go back to moving slow. Maybe moving at a normal pace. Maybe you want to channel a goddess or an archetype like Kali, and you want to add the movement of the breath and the tongue out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, HA, tongue out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, HA. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release, HA. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge back towards the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And we'll go ahead and do all of that on the other side. Coming back to our breath. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend the left leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, chest to chin. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, hinge forward. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. And if you have to pick up the front leg to get it up there, that's okay, but taking a moment to feel grounded. You don't have to rush into the crescent lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, chest lifts, arms come up. Pressing through the ball mound of the back heel. You can also tap into the bandhas here, Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. The seals are locks. Inhale, find length. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. And I'm familiar with a lot of you yogis, and so we've already been here on one side. We've been through the anatomical cues. Perhaps on this side, you want to tap into the more energetic cues. So how can you emulate fierceness, sense of powerfulness in your practice? How can that become something that you embody? This is a warrior posture, so it is fierce. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Right arm down, left arm up, stretching through the side body, the obliques, keeping a deep bend in the front knee. And exhale, side angle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Always option to rest the forearm on top of the left leg. But this is a really active posture, engaging the entire torso and almost trying to find a sense of lightness or buoyancy in the chest. You're so engaged. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the front leg. Exhale, parallel the feet, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Hinge at the hips, dive down. You can bring your hands onto your hips, unfurl the spine, and rise up. And I know Sugar was in class with me the other day, and Victoria. We're going to do something that we did in the last class. So inhale, bring your arms to a T. And on an exhale, kind of give yourself an embrace, grab for opposite shoulder. And whenever I do this, there was this kid I went to middle school with, and he was always like, I'm making out with myself. Did you have one of those kids in your class? Maybe it was you, maybe you were that kid, but that's what we're doing. That's the vibe we're going for. And then bend your knees here. And we're gonna trace an imaginary hula hoop, or you can do like a ring of fire with our torsos, first going towards the right. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bring the torso towards the right knee. Trace this hula hoop. Coming back up. And then trace it towards the right. Come back up. Last time, tracing this imaginary circle. And then we'll reverse directions, going towards the left this time. Staying with the breath. Noticing the muscles engaged in the body, threading your awareness around the whole body, giving it a scan last time. And then we'll meet with a tall spine, arms still around you. Give yourself one embrace. And then we're gonna kind of just free ourselves with a jump here. So jump up, let that go, shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge towards the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, in through the nose. Exhale, HA, tongue out, lion's breath. Let's do another one of those. Inhale, in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Let something go. This time, seal your lips. Inhale, in through the nose. Exhale, out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, walk, jump, float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, hinge, dive down. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Connecting with the heart here, feeling the points of contact between your thumb and your chest, and letting that be the point of intrinsic equilibrium in your body. You can even imagine the two currents of energy running up the Sushumna, the spine, Ida and Pingala. Ida is more lunar, more receptive, more allowing. Pingala is more active, it's more fierce, it's more emotion. And the two energies starting up and down the spine. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, forward fold, let all that go. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Take a moment to feel rooted. Inhale, crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, chest lifts, arms come up. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift your chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, parallel the feet, hinge forward. And this time, on this side, taking a moment again to listen to the body. What is it asking for? It might be asking for stillness. Maybe you just need to hang, interweave the fingers at the base of the neck. Maybe it's asking for some lunging, some Skandyanasana, maybe for some twisting. Maybe you have an inversions practice. Maybe you're close enough to a wall where you could practice going up. Give yourself 5 breaths to be here, listening to the breath, and tapping into the prana, the vital life force energy, the energy of the universe, the collective. We are in this together. You can release the hands down, coming back to a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge back to the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Whatever it is for you today, skip it. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. And acknowledging that we're all on our own path, we each have our own process. But also acknowledging that we are here practicing together as a group of individuals, as a collective of compassionate yogis. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend the left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge, feel grounded, rooted. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the front leg. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And bring the hands onto the hips and slowly lift the torso, lift the chest. We'll do just 3 rounds of goddess to start. Inhale, star pose, limbs extending, feel expansive. Inhale, find length. Exhale, goddess, cactus your arms, bend your knees. Inhale, star, arms up. Exhale, goddess, bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Last time, exhale, goddess. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, parallel the feet, let the head hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, back to the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. All right, we're gonna go ahead and flow sun B one more time on each side. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Skip, hop, stumble. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. And go ahead and bring the palms to touch overhead. Inhale, find length in the spine. And we're going to do an exhale, HA slicing motion towards the right. So find your breath again. Inhale, find length. Exhale, slice HJ. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slice left HA. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slice right HA. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slice left HA. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let all of that go. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And coming back to your breath. Notice if the mind is wandering, it's racing, it's planning, trying to bring it back to the room. You deserve this hour yourself, and you don't have to uphold any of the identities you carry throughout the day. This is your moment to be you, unabashedly. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend the right leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Take a moment to feel grounded here. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, chest lifts. Arms come up. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift your chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, parallel your feet. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge, back to the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend the left leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the front leg. Exhale, parallel the feet. Wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, low lunge, back towards the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Zip the legs together. And we're gonna flow through a few rounds of back bends. And there's always the option to just stick with Cobra. And it took me years to really actively do Cobra, like pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. I kind of used to just shrug it off. Like Cobra pose is awesome. So if you want to do Cobra pose all 4 times, I really invite you to do that. But I am going to guide us through a few different series of back bends. So starting with Cobra pose. Inhale, Cobra pose, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale, lower back down. And in between each back bend, we're going to take sleeping baby or napping infant like we did at the beginning of class. So you can bend your right knee, bring the left cheek to the mat, maybe even rest your head on your hands. Taking a moment to notice the elevated heartbeat, especially after doing a back bend of any kind. Sometimes when we do back bends, it might activate the fight or flight response, and the heartbeat can become faster. We might have more blood coursing through the veins. But yoga is a practice of strengthening the parasympathetic nervous system, so strengthening the rest and digest response. And so when we come back to a pose like child's pose or forward fold, or like right now, sleeping infant, you are strengthening your ability to be resilient and to remain calm when life is chaotic. I feel like yoga has been preparing us for right now, for as long as you've been practicing. So there's a quote by Bruce Lee, and it's, I hope I don't mess it up. It's, in moments of duress, we do not rise to our expectations, but fall to our level of training. So this is your training. You're doing the practice right now. And then bring the right knee back towards center. Bring the head back. We'll go into another back bend. This time we'll practice locust pose. I'm going to do a bound locust. So if you want to interweave the fingers at the base of your spine, and if this feels like too much, if there's like a shirt or something you have laying around, you can grab it with both hands. Inhale, cobra pose, or inhale, locust pose. Lift the chest, lift the feet. And so you're pressing into the soft part of the belly, super active through the chest, through the legs. Remember to breathe. And exhale, release, sleeping infant. Bend the left knee, bring the right cheek to the mat. Maybe rest your hands down on the earth, and then rest the side of your head if that's more comfortable for you. And trying to soften the muscles here. Soften the words of your narrative, or the tone. If your narrative was to be read in a book, what adjectives would you be using? Would it be super dramatic? I'm just noticing, definitely not judging yourself for whatever it is. Spending the self-critique. And then bring the left leg back to meet the right. We're going to practice Dhanurasana, or upward facing bow. So bend your knees and grab for the outside edges of your feet. Again, always option to do cobra or locust again. And inhale, upward facing bow, Dhanurasana. Press the tops of your feet into your hands, actively lifting the sternum up, remembering to breathe, kicking into the feet. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale, release. Bend the right knee, coming into sleeping infant, bringing the left cheek to the mat. And back to your breath. And back to the earth. Feeling the weight of your body and gravity. A force that remains the same. It's a constant. And then bend the right knee, come back to neutral. And we're going to work into Ustrasana, camel pose. Press the arms up, come onto the knees. And I'm going to give actually two options for this posture. One of these I know, clearly Alexis is on my mind. One of these I know Alexis loves to do, bringing the toes to touch and the knees extended out towards the sides of your mat, kind of like a child's pose legs, but toes are touching. And then you can walk the palms behind you, the sternum shining up. And maybe you even tilt the head back. And you can actively lift the legs up, sending the pelvis up towards the ceiling if that's interesting for you here. And this is a really beautiful back bend. I love being here. So option to stay, or option if you want to come into Ustrasana camel, bringing the hands to the lower back, kind of where if you were wearing high-waisted pants, where the pockets would be. Inhale, find length in the sternum. And exhale, gently back bend. And noticing the safe range of motion. I think the first time I did this posture, I went way too far back. So it's not important if you see the wall behind you. It's not important if you grab your heels. But if you want to do that in your practice today, you're more than welcome to. Pressing the hips forward. And then gently come out of the back bend. Sink the hips over your heels. And pause, coming into hero's pose, Virasana. Coming back to your breath here. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. And we're going to practice a little square breathing before we seal out the rest of the restorative part of class. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath at full. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath at empty. 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath at empty. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, expanding, lengthening, inflating. Holding it full. 2, 3. Exhale, letting the breath go, deflating, emptying the belly. Holding it empty. 2, 3, 4. And then returning back to a regular rhythm, letting the square breath go. Let the hips sink towards the left. And we'll meet for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Remove the glutes out from underneath you. So you're sitting on your sits bones or your ischial tuberosity. Inhale, arms up above you. Exhale, forward fold. An option today to let this be super yin. Let the spine just round over your legs. It doesn't have to be active by any capacity. If you're really feeling a lot of yang, intensity, energy, you're welcome to flex the feet, grab for the heels. You can have a bend in the knees. It can be super active if that's what you need. And this never has to be consistent. Like if you did super active last time, maybe you need more restorative, or maybe you're always doing the inversion, but today you're like, oh my God, I just want to stretch. So listening to what the body is asking for. Yoga is a practice of embodiment. Vertebrae by vertebrae, unfurl the spine and come to laying on your backs, bringing the torso or the back of your chest or the back just to the mat. And we'll practice a figure 4 or pigeon on your back. Root the left foot into the earth and then bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And this is a good place to be. This might be enough external rotation of the hip that you're satisfied being here, and this is enough. There's also the option to interweave the fingers on top of the left thigh. There's also the option to interweave the fingers on top of the left shin. You can actively press the right elbow into your right thigh bone if that's interesting to you, or your right leg. And the hips tend to store a lot of emotions. I think the shoulders do too. And the hips and the shoulders, they're a ball and socket joint, and they have a lot of muscle connected there. And to me, it makes sense for the body to contain our emotions and memories, because we feel those things and we feel our bodies. So if there's a release, a memory that is surfacing, or an emotion that's coming up front, you're allowed to experience that and try to be with it as best you can. Maybe turning towards it with curiosity and compassion. Maybe that's too much. Being with it is enough. And release the right leg down and the left leg down. And windshield wiper the legs right to left, left to right. And then we'll practice that on the other side. So this time rooting the right leg down and left ankle on top of the right thigh bone. And this side might be different. Maybe this is enough and you want to stop here. Or option 2, interweave the fingers behind your thigh, or perhaps on top of the shin. Perhaps actively pressing the left elbow into the inside seam of your left leg. Being just as gentle and receptive over here as you were on the other side. Notice the thoughts coming in through the frame of your consciousness, and then letting them go. Your job is just to notice with awareness and to suspend the criticisms, the analyzing, jumping to conclusions. And then remove the left leg. Plant both feet down on the earth. You can windshield wiper the feet right to left, left to right. And then we'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch. Create a diamond shape with the legs. You can bring one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And the distance you'd like to have in between your heels and your pelvis is up to you. Again, for more intensity, bring the heels towards the pelvis. For less intensity, it's not necessary. You can have more distance in between the heels and the pelvis. And taking in the external right now, just like we did at the beginning of class. Noticing the body, noticing the physical environment. What is the experience like right now? And we're maybe returning back to the sankalpa you set at the beginning, or the intention you set at the beginning of class, returning to those words, initiating that thought, and coming back to the idea of it being a new moon. New moons are a time historically, or in the lunar cycle, to set intention. And so right now it is a good idea to initiate something new. And then over the next perhaps years, perhaps weeks, making decisions in accordance to this decision you've decided right now. So maybe now speaking it in your mind in the present tense like it already exists. And we'll seal out class with a twist. Extend the left leg out long. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. You can oscillate the ankle towards the right. You can oscillate the ankle towards the left. Bringing the knee towards your armpits. An option today to take eagle legs if you'd like to. You can wrap the right leg up and over the left. Maybe going for the double bind, bringing the shin behind the left calf muscle. Definitely don't have to do the bind though, only if it's interesting to you. And then letting the legs fall towards the left, twisting. Right arm can go out like half of a T. Gaze can go that direction, gaze can be up. Maybe you bring the left hand to rest on your belly. And releasing tension here. Noticing what your jaw's like, letting that tension go. Slackening the tongue from the roof of your mouth, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the belly. If you're aware that you hold tension somewhere, trying to let that go. Perhaps it's the forehead. Slowing down. You have a lot of opportunity to rest. We're basically being asked to rest right now. So tapping into that, allowing that experience to happen. And then bring the knees back towards center. Unravel the legs. And lift the left leg up and over the right. You can go for eagle legs. A double bind if you'd like, bringing the left shin under the right calf muscle. Or skip the bind altogether and just let the legs fall towards the right. Left arm can go out like half of a T. Gaze can go that way, or it can be up. Maybe right hand comes onto the heart, onto the belly. Releasing tension. Embracing a sense of calmness. And surrendering to being present. And then bring the knees back towards center. Unravel the legs. You can hug the knees in towards your chest into a cannonball shape, Apanasana. Embracing your legs with the arms wrapped on top of the shins, maybe even lifting the head up. Embracing that quality into your life. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, release. Let the limbs go. You can drop the arms at your sides. And option to take Shavasana just like this. Option to flip back over onto your belly. Maybe you want to take it in a fetal position. Maybe you want to do legs up the wall, legs up the couch, legs up the door. And taking this opportunity to give yourself some credit for showing up for this practice. And acknowledging the end of this cycle, the end of this class. And perhaps choosing to rise with more agency than when you entered into it. And we'll be in Shavasana for a few moments, for a few minutes really. And I'll let you know when it's time to come up and out of the posture. And we'll seal class together. You can invite subtle movements back into your fingers, back into your toes, gentle wiggling, bouncing of the legs, micro movements. And extend the arms above you like you would, stretching in the morning. And hug the knees in towards your chest and choose if you want to roll over onto the left or the right side. And think about Ida and Pingala, left for lunar, right for more solar. And gently coming into a fetal position. You can use the biceps like a pillow here. Sending gratitude to yourself for doing something really great for you physically, but also embracing the mental challenge and discipline that is required of this practice. And extending gratitude to your process, knowing that is enough. Honoring the lineage of this practice, going all the way back to India. And honoring the ancestors of this land, or whatever land that you're on. And this land is the Duwamish people. You can gently press yourself up to a seat. You can keep the eyes closed if that feels safe to you. And I'm going to go ahead and come up there actually. And I'm going to take off this microphone so we can seal class with 3 ohms. Make sure, give me 1 second here. I want to make sure you're unmuted. Back. Okay. Yeah, I hear noises. Can you hear each other? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And we'll seal class together with 3 ohms. And I chant Om to connect us through resonance, and through sound, and through vibration, even when we can't be together. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale HA out of the mouth. One more clearing breath. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale HA. This time prepare for 3 ohms. Inhale. Thank you so much for joining me. That was so cool. It was like a rolling with the delay. You're all incredible, and I really appreciate you coming here to practice with me. If you have any feedback about this, teaching via Zoom is something that's new for me. So if you're like, "Ooh, the music was too loud," or "that microphone sucks," or whatever it is, like, please let me know. I'm gonna bring it back to the gallery view, and I'm gonna put on the chat. There it is. Hi. And then this is still our Poseurs class. So if you would like to donate, I invite you to do so. My Venmo information is GretaHeller. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And the last 4 digits of my phone number are 63 8220. I think it requires that sometimes. Yay, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Marina. Thank you. Everyone here, let me move the Zoom chat out of the way so I can see everyone. Elise, thank you. Jillian, Jamie, Victoria, Mary,
Thank you.
and then Claude, thank you. You're all amazing. Isabel, yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to see you all very soon. Rachel, I'm gonna be doing this every Tuesday. If things change, I might start doing the practice from home, but I think Alana is gonna let us use the space for now. I think coming to this space brings me a sense of peace, and also it's a nice space to be in, and hopefully it brings you a sense of familiarity as well, because we practice here so much. Otherwise, stay strong. I know it's a weird time to be alive, but we're doing the best that we can. Let's do this day by day, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, can I take one more screenshot? I think we lost some friends. Except for I have all these pop-ups open I gotta close. Okay. Oh, go away, go away. Okay, all right, doing the thing. 1, 2, 3. You're all amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye, sugar.
Bye, Greta.
Ah, so good to see you.
It won't let me leave.
I know. I'm like, I can't do this.
There we go. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Thank you. Okay.